This conference will now be recorded.
So in the last class, we have discussed about TypeScript, which is a prerequisite to understand the next topic, that is Angular framework. So today let us move to the next one, Angular framework. Very, very important one. Compulsory you need to practice this. If you practice only, you can understand what is happening in Angular. So what is this Angular is? Angular is a TypeScript based open source front-end web application platform. It's mainly to go with the front-end part. The content, whatever we want to display onto the browser, we can do by using Angular. Then it is a TypeScript based. It means the code, whatever we write in Angular is with TypeScript. So this TypeScript is superscript of JavaScript. Okay, yesterday we discussed on this TypeScript. It's very simple. If you are having background of JavaScript and Java, understanding TypeScript code is very, very simple. So the main difference between JavaScript and TypeScript is what? Data types. The main difference is data types. So JavaScript does not support data types directly. So when you are declaring variable, no need to mention the data type of the variable. Based on the value of variable, it is going to decide the data type. Whereas in TypeScript, we can even mention the data type here. JavaScript vs TypeScript. So when you go with JavaScript, here we can go with the variable, let n equal to 10. So based on the value, it is going to decide the data type. So n is number data type. If you are taking let name equal to some name within double quotes or single quotes, then name is string data type. If you are taking let flag equal to true or false, then flag is Boolean data type. Based on the value of the variable, it is going to decide the data type in the case of JavaScript. Coming to TypeScript, we can declare the variable, then the data type and the value. So we can declare the variable colon the data type and value. That's the reason the name has come TypeScript. Let name colon string and the value within double quotes or single quotes. You can even simply say flag colon boolean. Providing value is also optional. Providing value also optional, right? So since in TypeScript we can make use of data types, that's the reason the name has come TypeScript. So this Angular is TypeScript based. It means the code whatever we write in Angular, it is with the TypeScript. Then TypeScript is developed, Angular, TypeScript is from Microsoft. Angular is developed by Google. Then it is a complete rewrite. It is a complete rewrite from the same team that built AngularJS. So remember, Angular and AngularJS are different. So now this is, you can say it, people are not at all using AngularJS now. So it is also from same team, Google only, but in AngularJS, the code whatever we write with JavaScript, in Angular, the code what we write is with TypeScript. So there is no support from Google team. There is no support from Google team to this AngularJS. So now directly we can use Angular. So to learn Angular, no prerequisite required about AngularJS. Directly we can learn Angular. So remember, Angular and AngularJS both are different here. What is the need of going with Angular? This is the major important point. The main need of going with Angular is used to design single page applications. Angular is for what purpose? To design what? Single page applications using routing. Using what? Routing. Very, very important point. What is the main need of going with Angular? This is the major point. It is used to design single page applications using routing. Now, what is this single page applications? Let me elaborate. So to elaborate this, let me open the official homepage of Angular, angular.io CLI. So in this page, whenever you take a web page is divided into some components. In the case of Angular, we say a web page is divided into some components. What is component? Part of area. The part of area of your web page, we call it as component. This part of area, we call it as a component. This is one component. This is one component. This part of area is one component, like this. So some part of area of your web page is called as component. Components are the basic building blocks of Angular. So we develop Angular applications based on components concept only. What content you want to display in the respective component, respective area of your web page. Now what is this single page application is like? When you click here like getting started and what is Angular, observe only part of the page is getting reloaded. Try it here once again. Getting started. See, only part of the page is getting reloaded, remaining part are fixed. Only this side is getting reloaded. Remaining is what? Fixed here. This is fixed, this is side is fixed. See here, observe. Managing data. Adding navigations here. Getting forms. See, only part of the page is getting reloaded, remaining components will be fixed. So in the olden days, whenever you make a request, complete page used to get reloaded, but nowadays in web applications, only part of the page will get reloaded. This type of applications we call it as single page applications. So by using Angular, we can develop single page applications very easily using routing. Clear all of you? Right? So how to go with single page application using routing, everything we discuss in tomorrow's class practically. Now, so today main objective is we'll make Angular setup. We'll make Angular ready in our operating system. Angular set. To work with Angular, what we require is the first thing is Node.js. So in the last class yesterday, we have seen how to get this Node.js. So let me reshow once again this one, Node.js. The main use of going with Node.js is used to develop and run Angular applications. The need of Node.js is used to develop and run Angular applications. Then to download, we can make use of this URL nodejs.org. Nodejs.org. Right? Now, let me show this page. Nodejs.org. Here, once we open this page, you can find this download button. So if you click on this download button, it's going to download this Node.js. Then once it downloads, we have to install it. Simple download and installation as usual. Next, finish. Okay. So we have to download this Node.js. After downloading Node.js and installing, then to verify whether it is present on our machine or not, to verify Node.js, open command prompt or terminal. In the case of Windows, we say command prompt. In the case of Linux or Mac, we say terminal. Let me go with command prompt. Here we have to use the command node-v. V means version, in order to know the version. Even we can check one more command, npm-v. What is this npm is? Npm stands for Node Package Manager. So when we download and install Node.js, it automatically installs this command npm, Node Package Manager. And the use of Node Package Manager is used to install Angular CLI. So to install Angular in our operating system, we make use of this npm command, Node Package Manager. Node Package Manager. Right? Now, let me check for the versions. Open command prompt. And here you can use the command node-v. In my case, it's showing the version 20. Then npm-v, it's showing the version 10.8.2. So to check whether these commands are working properly or not, we are just checking for the version here. Right? Clear up to here how to get Node? Then next thing what you require is a text editor which can open folders like Sublime Text, Visual Studio Code. Sublime Text, Visual Studio Code. So in our case, we go with Visual Studio Code. Already we have downloaded and using also. To download Visual Studio Code, you can make use of this URL, code.visualstudio.com download. Right? Code.visualstudio.com download. Right? This URL you can use, and you can download this Visual Studio Code for Windows or Linux or Mac. So already we know how to go with this Visual Studio Code. We started using also when we discussed HTML, CSS. Right? Then the next thing what you require is, this is the major thing, that is Angular CLI. CLI stands for Command Line Interface. CLI stands for what? Command Line Interface. This Angular CLI makes it easy to create an application, that already works. It's going to give the working application. It's going to create an application which is already working. So directly once we create Angular project, it's going to work for us. So based on the requirement, we have to just create new files or go to the existing files and modify the code. Right? So we can develop applications very easily by using Angular. Then for this, go with the Angular. The URL what we refer here is this one, https://angular.io CLI. Let me open this page. Angular.io CLI. Okay. So we are going to work with the 17 version. This is important. We are going to work with 17 version. So here you can see how to get this Angular CLI. Complete document you can find. It's a document here. This is the official page of Angular. So installing Angular CLI. So how to install Angular CLI? By using this command, npm install -g @angular/CLI@17. So we are going with the 17 version. Okay, so this command we have to use in order to install Angular CLI in our operating system. Okay, now let me show this. Install Angular CLI. For this, open command prompt or terminal. So at your prompt or terminal, we have to use the command npm install -g @angular CLI @17. This is the version number. So if you want to go with the older versions, you can just go with the version number like 14.1.0 like this. Okay. So for now, we are going with 17 version. npm install -g @angular CLI @17. 17 is the version here. Right. Now, what is this -g is? -g is for to install globally. To install globally so that we can work with Angular in any folder. So when we install globally, we can work with Angular. We can use this Angular applications anywhere. We can create projects anywhere in our operating system. So what you do at your command prompt, use this command to install Angular like this. npm install -g @angular/CLI@17. Now once we press enter key, it's going to install Angular for us. It's going to install what? Angular. Okay, so already I've done this one. It is a small time consuming process, like it may take something around 5 minutes for us to install this Angular. Just type this command and press enter key. That is going to install Angular for you. Then to verify, we have to check the version like this, ng version. To verify, just use the command ng version. So it's going to show the Angular banner here, Angular CLI, and see the version is showing to me 17.3.9, and this is Node version and npm version. Okay, and about operating system. Right. So if you are getting these details, that means Angular has been installed properly. And what is this ng is? Ng means Angular only. Ng means Angular. From this Angular word, they have taken these two characters, ng characters, to make the commands. Ng means Angular only. Clear all of you how to get Angular CLI on your operating system? Just by using this command. Right? Compulsory, you need to make your system ready before you join the tomorrow's class. Now, the next thing what you require, see, open the official homepage of Angular. See here the steps, the workspace. See here, first thing we have to create the project here. So whenever you want to create a new Angular project, we have to use this command ng new, the project name, my first project. Then whatever the project we have created, that will become folder for us. So this project will become folder. We have to open this folder. How to open folder? cd the project name. cd project name. So it's going to open this folder. After opening this project folder, we have to use the command ngser. So to build the project, we have to use which command? ngser. Then after building the project successfully, after compiling project successfully, then we have to open browser and type this URL localhost 4200. So Angular applications will be running in a live server, running in port number 4260. Right? Then to see the result of your application. Okay. So let me show the steps now. creating an Angular project. At your prompt, let me create one folder md Angular, then cd Angular. Now we are in Angular folder. So I want to create project in Angular folder. So we are in Angular folder. Now use the command ng new the project name. I'm going with the project name Angular project. Ng new Angular project. Right? Now, and say hyphen no standalone. So why I'm going with hyphen no standalone, I'll discuss later again on this. Okay. So ng new Angular project hyphen no standalone. Make use of this command in 17 version. This is for mainly for 17 version to make your Angular projects works properly. So one file will be created when we go with this hyphen no standalone. I'll elaborate more on this later again. So let us create this project now. So let us work in our folder C drive 2024 Java online level. In our project, in our batch folder, let us create Angular project. Now let me create a folder md Angular. You can work anywhere. Just I'm working in our batch folder. md Angular cd Angular. Now we are in Angular folder. We are in what? Angular folder. Now create an Angular project. How to create Angular project? ng new the project name Angular project and end with again hyphen no hyphen stand alone. Then it will ask you which style sheet format would you like to use. So I want to go with CSS. Just press enter key. Then would you like to go with server side rendering? Say type Y and press enter key. Then see it's going to install the packages for us. See here one file is important here, that is app.module.ts. This file is important. So if you are not using this hyphen no standalone, if you are not using this hyphen no standalone command in Angular 17, this file is not getting created. So this file is very, very important. We have to inform what modules we are using in our projects. To inform that we use this file app.module.ts. So we need to import some packages. So we need to import some modules. So for that purpose, we use this app.module.ts file. So to get this file only, we are using this command hyphen no hyphen standalone, right? Right. So the package has been installed successfully. Now, what is our next step? If I say dir to list the folders or files, so you can see a folder, see Angular project. Now open this folder, cd Angular project. Then we have to use which command? ngser. To build our project, we have to use the command. Once you are in project folder, we have to use the command ngser. Now see, after successful build, see it's saying see, open browser and type this localhost 4200. So open browser, type the URL http://localhost:4200. If you are getting this image, hello Angular project, if you are getting this image, that means the project has created successfully for us. So this image you should get congratulations, your app is running. So if you are getting this content on your browser, means we have created project successfully. Okay, so once you create project, what is our next step? To run Angular project, we are in Angular folder. We have to say cd Angular project. Now we will be in Angular project folder. Now we have to use the command ng serve. After successful build, open browser and type the following URL. What is that? http://localhost:4200. Right? So this completes our first project creating in our Angular. Clear all of you? Any questions? Right? Now let us understand who is taking care of displaying this content onto the browser. That means this workflow, Angular workflow. So to understand this, the thing is first open Angular project folder in Visual Studio Code using the following command. So Angular project, we are in Angular project. Now just use the command code dot, that's it. Just if you use the command code dot, the complete project folder will get in Visual Studio Code. We can even open Visual Studio Code and we can even open folder from Visual Studio Code also, or from your prompt also we can open Visual Studio Code using this command code dot. See here. To terminate your compilation, Control C. So just if you use code dot, then the complete project folder will get opened in Visual Studio Code. Close the welcome screen. See here, the project folder has been opened. Or we can even open folder like this, file, open folder. After opening Visual Studio Code also, from here also we can open the project folder directly. So suggested to go with code dot, simple way to open in Visual Studio Code. Now in this, so whenever you make a request to Angular project, this one, once we run localhost 4200, so whenever you make a request to Angular project, the server loads a file called as index.html file under src. See, in Angular project you can see one folder src. Under that you can see index.html. In this index.html file you can see one element app_root. You can see what element? App_root. So which loads? This app_root is going to load your app component. App_root is going to load app component. See, you can see under src a folder app. This we call app component. The root component of Angular project is app component. App component is the root component. Now see, if you expand this app component, you can see a file app.component.ts file. This is our class app component. And what is this export here? Public. Export is like public concept. In Java we use public, no, here we use export. Means I can use this class anywhere in the project. Now, in order to load this class app component, what is the selector name? See, app_root. So that's the reason using this element app_root, it's going to load this app component because the selector name we have used it app_root. Now for this app component, the presentation is taken care by app.component.html. Who is taking care of presentation? app.component.html. So this is the content what it is displaying for us onto the browser. So is taking care here app.component.html. The content which is present in app.component.html, that is getting displayed on our client browser. To prove this, let me delete this complete code and we'll say h3 welcome to Angular project. Okay, now come back to your prompt, and if I say ngser, use the command ngser. After any updates, use the command ngser. Here, after successful build, open browser, type this URL localhost 4200. See, we are getting the results. See, welcome to Angular project. No need to reload this page. It automatically reloads. See, the content whatever you are having in this app.component.html, this content is getting displayed on our browser. See here, one more example. Paragraph hello world. Now see the page hello world. You need not recompile and reload your page. It automatically reloads. Okay, if already the project is in build stage, whenever whatever the changes we do, that will get automatically compiled. That is automatically built and shows that result in our web page. There. Now see this file app component. Who is taking care of styling part? The styling part is taken care by app.component.css file. So if you see this file app.component.css, see no code here. So let us add the styles. Directly we can add styles here. H3 text align center, color red. Paragraph text align center, color blue. Font size some 20 pixel. Right, now see the result here. See here. Welcome to Angular project. Center align red color. Hello world. Center aligned blue color and 20 pixel. So the stylings also will be very easy when we come to Angular. So complete the files will be there. Just we have to go to the respective files and modify the code based on the requirement. Okay. So three important files: app.component.ts, app.component.html, app.component.css file. Okay. So let me document these parts. So when a request is made to an Angular project, the server loads index.html file. So where it is located in Angular project src folder. There. In index.html file, using the element app root, it loads the app component. App component is the root component. App component is the root component for Angular project. The presentation of app component is done in app.component.html file. The styling of app component is done in app.component.css file. Okay, so this is very important for us. The workflow, how the workflow is happening in Angular. Right? Clear up here? Any questions? Compulsory you need to do this setup and check whether your Angular project is created properly and whether it is showing the results properly for us. Right? Compulsory have to practice this. Now, Let us go with the next one. Like in this app component.ts, we are having a property title with this value, Angular project. Now I want to take the value of this property title into my presentation. I want to take the value of that variable. How to take is by using two curly braces here. Two curly braces and the variable name. Two curly braces and the variable name. So this is going to take the value of this property title. See the result in the browser. See, we are getting the same Angular projects here. Before that there was no hyphen. Now we can see hyphen. Now I want to take the name value. Let me create one property name. Like let me say emp name, some name. I want to take the value of this property. So to take the value of this property, here you can say hello, two curly braces, emp name. Two curly braces, emp name. Now see, it's going to take the name value. So this two curly braces concept, we call it as data binding. Very, very important. Data binding. Okay. So what is the main use of data binding? It is used to take the values of your properties present in your component into my presentation. Into my presentation, whenever you want to take the value of these properties of your component, we use this concept data binding. How it leads to curly braces. Okay. So I'll be sharing the programs also. app.component.ts file, app.component.html, app.component.css. These three files are very, very important to us. Okay. So please practice up to your compulsory so that tomorrow's class will be easy for us. Please download Node.js, then install Angular CLI, create one Angular project and check whether it is working properly or not. Right? In tomorrow's class, let us go with the new topics of Angular, where we discuss Angular directives, then we go with Angular forms and Angular routing. Three topics we are going to discuss in tomorrow's class. And after tomorrow, very, very important topic, Angular HTTP client module. By using this HTTP client module, we can invoke what? REST APIs. So what are the APIs we have created in our Spring Boot? That APIs we can able to invoke from Angular by using the module HTTP client module. So very, very important module. So next two classes we complete Angular. Then after that we go with the project using Spring Boot and Angular. Okay. Any questions, anyone? Thank you all. Thank you very much.